Well, good evening, all you lovely people out there in Corgi land.
Good evening.
As you see, I've enticed Elaine for a second week running. If you can stand her for a second week, is that all right with you guys?
I'm living too near to this studio. I'm going to move.
Yeah, do what I do. Just don't bother going home. Let's do another song. Hi, Ingo. Hi, Paul. Hi. Oh, Rick Lovering's here as well. Michael Dimmick from Australia. Gosh, all the crew. Well, at least a good few of the crew. That's very good. We're talking about the song Summer Thing, and we really hope that the summer really comes soon, don't we?
Well,
yeah.
It's been nice, but on the way here tonight,
started to rain. Well, I suppose we do live in the UK, don't we?
But it's nice in Bath. It's been lovely in Bath.
Has it? Oh, excellent.
Oh, no, evening in Bath last Saturday. Sorry, I didn't read that properly. I thought you meant tonight, Rick. Today.
I'm going to play the record spin, I am. Here's the record spin of Summer Thing coming at you. Waking up to the slamming of the door is not my ideal wake-up call. I'm quite perturbed by the lines upon my face and the benefits of freedom, this expanse of empty space. Not in the kitchen, not in the bathroom, nowhere in the hall. Change the bedding, call off the wedding. It wasn't me at all. It was just a summer thing. Funny what the sun will bring. I'm in too deep to swim. She loved the summer when the sun went in. She loved the summer when the sun went in. As the mercury soared, we stuck like glue. There was nothing I asked you wouldn't do. As the nights drew in, I saw your breath, and everything I wanted, you wanted less and less. The cold persisted, your eyes grew distant, the devil set the price. I held you higher toward the fire, but you were blue, blue eyes. It was just a summer thing. Funny what the sun will bring. I'm in too deep to swim. She loved the summer when the sun went in. She loved the summer when the sun went in. How come I'm missing something that wasn't there at all? How come I'm missing someone who doesn't care at all? How come I'm making plans for a future that's in my head? How come I can't still see me when I know we both are dead? It was just a summer thing. Funny what the sun will bring. I'm too deep to Farewell, farewell again. You always get a better round of applause than I do.
Oh, there we are.
Who else is there? Some other people we have to say hi to. Colin. Hello, Colin. Mauro, South America. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. I think we got everyone else, didn't we? I think so. I think so. Okay, what have I got written down on my cryptic sheet? Oh yeah, that's what I got written on my cryptic sheet. What were we doing yesterday? We were doing some stuff for
Expect me to remember what I was doing
Paul
yesterday.
Griffin. You were here yesterday.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Was
what
it
I was doing.
yesterday?
It was the day before.
It was the day before. That's
It's
right.
not just me.
That's why I'd forgotten. It was 2 days ago. So we've just been doing an album with Paul Griffin, who of course is online with us
Yes.
here. And Elaine was doing loads of BBs and little
Yeah, lots of BBs.
little
Really
lines.
hard.
Blue than the night. So
Intensive.
we thought we might play you a little bit. Should we play you a little bit?
Yeah,
Because I haven't mixed them all yet, but this is one that I think is pretty much mixed. It sounds pretty good. Set the scene.
Yeah.
It's World War II, Battle of Britain. The Lancaster bombers have just been on a raid. They've been hit, but they're all right. They're limping back, and they're hoping that they can make it back. That's the scene.
Yeah.
That's the scene. The song is called Blues in the Night, and it goes a little bit like this. Ta-da!
Flying into the dawn, coming home from a raid. Planes battered and torn, too tired to be afraid. Got hit over the target, caught in the flak. But we fought our blow, now we're on our way back. Gotta keep flying, pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home. Lost a crate and a crew, crashed into the drink. Perhaps they'll be rescued, but it's best not to think. Coastline passes below, get the undercar down. Can't wait to get home, not far to go now. Gotta keep flying, pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home. We skim the treetops. This is our last flight on our draw of odds. Good show, big thanks as we come into land. Our lucky old Lancs got us safe back again. Gotta keep flying, pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get home. Keep flying, pray we survive these blues in the night. We're just trying to get home, to get
Yeah, there we are. Blues in the Night.
Paul Griffin and Al Steele. Yes, a very good, a good few days. We did 7 songs with Paul vocals in the last 4 days, and because we'd already done 6 the previous time that it was up. So the album is vocal, finished, very good. And just requires me to put some magic touches, extra guitars, stuff like that. It was all good. But yeah, very good fun. Good fun. And it's going to be a really good album. It's got to be said. It's got to be said that it's going to be a really good album. I think, although that's a really commercial track, I actually spoiled for choice. There's probably 5 or 6 that could be singles really off that album. But I mean, that might be it. I can see a video for that.
Yeah, you can really feel the wings.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. We have a competition, and I'm thinking the prize this time, and this is not a lot of people know that, but I'm actually 7 songs into a new album of mine. 7 recorded. There's more than that. There's about another 3 that are written, so it's probably 10 written, 7 recorded. Probably got another 4 to write, something like that. It's a bit of a concept album called Let's Play the God Game of, when you look around the world and you go, you couldn't make this up, could you? You couldn't write it, everything that's happened at the moment. Yeah, it's a little bit about that. Are the gods messing with us? Yeah. This is a question. And funny enough, I was writing this stuff, and I was kind of just seeing what songs come up and seeing where the story gone, and the story is changing as it goes along. It's quite interesting.
Plenty of scope.
Well, there's tons of scope. It could go any way you want it to go, really. But it's quite good. That's what the competition prize is going to be. It's going to be a demo CD of the 7 tracks so far recorded. I know approximately what order they're going to go in, so those will be in order, but there'll be 3 or 4 tracks missing at least. That'll be 5 or 6 tracks missing at least. There we are. And so that's what the prize is. And I'm going to show you a competition question, but then I'm going to play you one of the tracks after that. But let's get the competition question up there. As usual, it's a wee bit tricky. It's not terribly, terribly, terribly tricky. And someone may get this straight away, but we'll find out, eh? Find out. Up on screen. Well, don't know what.
Let me just tell Colin this last week's competition prize is on its way.
Oh, yes. It'll
arrive by the weekend.
Good.
Hopefully.
Oh, there we go. Don't know why that was taking so long. So up on the screen, there we are. That's not something you see every day, is it? Okay, so we're talking about Summer Thing, and for those that have seen the video, you'll know that is more or less the opening shot of the video. I've reshot the video, so who knows? When you see this at the end of this show, will Elaine whip the duvet off? I don't know. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, here's a quiz question. The quiz question is: what band influenced Summer Thing? And for the tiebreaker, it should be: what does Al have in common with this band? What does Al have in common with this band? What band influenced Summer Thing? And what does Al have in common with this band? Jesus, if I could. Right, it would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, very good. Very good. So there's the quiz question. You get your thinking caps on. Some of that stuff's documented. It's probably all documented somewhere, but you might have to join the dots yourself. And so, there we are. I'm going to come back down to us now. But I'm going to play you a song from the new album. And this is quite a rock track here. I think we're going to play... sometimes it's the little things, and what that's really about is when you say sometimes it's a little thing, sometimes it's not the big things that really pee you off, is it? Sometimes it's the little things that are just so bleeding annoying, and the build-up effect is too much. It's too much anyway. So this is called Sometimes It's a Little Thing, and it's written from the point of view of the gods. Here we go.
sins erased. An able man takes a disabled space as I take my seat at the bar. Father is packing some nails in a bomb. A preacher is covering up the things that he's done. Your next door neighbor's beating up his mom. One roll of the dice too far. Sometimes it's a little things that tell you what a life is worth. Sometimes it's a little things make me wanna trash this earth. I admit it makes me more than sad. The self is just the best you have. Sometimes it's the little things can turn a good God bad. Good God, what have you done? Can turn a good God bad. What have you done, good God? Cowboys fly tipping on a country lane. Your leaders rank up among the most insane. The gift of the rich again and again. Let me try some of that million is mine. The zealots are building more bumps in the road while we race to the end with the hazardous load. Tell me, Adam, what is the seed we sow? Come on, Eve, show us all a good time. Sometimes it's a little things that tell you what a life is worth. Sometimes it's a little things makes me wanna trash this earth. I admit it makes me more than sad. The self is just the best you have. Sometimes it's a little thing, yeah, can turn a good God bad. Good God, what have you done? Can turn a good God bad. What have you done, good God? There's a homeless town beneath the road in LA. A pedicure costs the average weekly wage. 100 guards are slaughtered in my name. Don't make me play this game anymore. Sometimes it's a little things that tell you what a life is worth. Sometimes it's a little things that make me wanna trash this earth. I admit it makes me more than sad. The self is just the best you have. Sometimes it's a little thing, yeah, can turn a good God bad. Good God, what have you done? Can turn a good God bad. What have you done, good God? Can turn a good God bad. Good God, what have you done? Can turn this good God bad. What have you done, good God?
So there we are. Yeah, sometimes it's the little things. It remains to be seen what the god did after that. What he did, that he was so irritated. What did he do? All will be revealed. All will be revealed. When is the album going to be released? Probably, my guess would be September, something like that. September, October. No reason to really rush it. I just want to make sure it's right. All of this stuff, for instance, the mighty Paul Smith is not on drums on that yet. So, of course, when he comes in and does some drums on these tracks. So I hope you're paying attention, Paul. I hope you're paying attention. Listen to it. I hope you've got all those patterns down, by now. So, yeah, when we put real drums on and everything, it'll take it up a notch. And some of the tracks have got orchestra on them. More tracks will have orchestra on them. And it's gonna be a goodie.
Oh, exciting.
I think by my own admission, I think this is some of the best music I've ever written. I think personally, that's what I reckon. There we are. Let's go on to. Oh, sorry. Did someone else ask something? Yes, sorry, Paul G. Couldn't resist. Wanted the album. Fair enough. Okay, so we'll come back. We will reveal our winners later on. We will. Let's get on to Summer Thing, which is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to have a wee look at it and all of that sort of stuff. It was one of those songs that was written on an acoustic guitar, and some of you have said Delamitri. A couple of people have said Delamitri. A big Delamitri fan. I love the sound of Justin Curry's voice, and I just think their writing is really good. They've written so many great classic songs. I saw Justin Curry by himself. It was him and a keyboard player, just him playing acoustic guitar, and he's the bass player in Delamitri, but he's a really good acoustic guitar player. And he did a load of the Delamitri hits he was just using an SM58 mic. Don't think there was any reverb on it, just him and a keyboard player doing stuff. But God, so good. Vocals were amazing all night. In fact, Kerry had been drinking a bit that night, and all the way back to going, he was good, wasn't he? I'm going, yeah, he was really good. Yeah, no, he was really good. Well, he was really good. I'm going, yes, dear, he was. He was really good. Why are you laughing at me? He was good. I'm going, yes, he was. As two of you guessed, probably a wee bit inspired by Delamitri, I can imagine Justin Curry singing that. It was written on acoustic guitar, and everything just naturally followed on from each other. The middle eight, I think the whole thing was probably written in an hour or something like that. Probably would have refined some lyrics after that. But it was just one of those songs that really fell into place. I think the only thing that was really weird is there's one chord change in it, and the vocal doesn't go with the chord change, because the vocal plays like an augmented note. I'm going to show you what that is, because it's a bit weird. If you see on the video, you'll see that I had a capo on and I was playing it in D, but actually I think it was written in G. I just decided that I wanted a little bit of that Here Comes the Sun, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted a little bit of that texture in it. Sorry. Yeah. It was just a summer thing. Funny what the sun will bring. I'm too deep to swim. She loved the summer and the sun went in. That sun. Oh yeah, it's worse. It's a flat ninth. It's one of those chords that's kind of really really angular. And at first when I sung it, the vocal wasn't absolutely in tune, and Kerry was going, that doesn't sound right to me. I thought, I better go tune it. Which I did.
Just paying attention anyway. Keeping you in line.
Yes, I quite like that chord sequence. That was kind of a nice thing to do. Let me chuck this guitar back here. Too many guitars in this room.
Bingo saying hopefully in time for France.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to rush it.
No.
I'm not going to rush it. I'm probably going to do another gig at Chapel Arts in January, probably. And we may well play the whole album there, because it is a concept album, so we may well do that. But it's still got plenty of time to do other stuff. I'm hoping a couple of other people will be involved in the project. Some other vocalists will be involved in the project. Maybe even someone who sat in the same room might be involved in the project a wee bit.
I think it's just because I live down the road, isn't it? You know, I don't live far away.
My daughter Sarah said, you know who really needs to be in this? Marley needs to be in this, because he sounds like an angel. He sounds like an angel. You have to get Marley in on it. So I'm not quite sure, but maybe. You know, maybe he will. And then actually I was going to ask Lyndon Morgans from Songdog, who I produced an album with him last year. I was going to maybe ask him to be the voice of man, because being megalomaniac, I decided that I think I'm going to be God. It'd be good for the posters, won't it? Al Steele is God. I can dress in white. I can have a tiny little glow around me.
Just a tiny glow.
Everyone can burn my CDs in America because they go, blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. But here's my master plan. Is in order to burn them, they have to buy them first. Ta-da! It's a win-win.
Oh, master plan.
It's a win-win. So there we are. This is a traditional song. In fact, in terms of recording, there's no orchestral instruments on it. There's no weird synths or anything. It is like an acoustic guitar, I think a couple of electric guitars. I don't even know if there's a piano. There probably is a piano, but there's definitely a Hammond organ on it. So I'm going to get Sonar up and we're going to have a little look at it. I'm going to move this a wee bit around here because otherwise I'll disappear. Let's stick it up. Let's get the screen up. Sorry, I can do this. Honest. And here's Sonar. Let's have a wee look up here. All those yellow things, of course, are drums. Most people know they're kind of drums. Oh, there's a whole load of drum loops and stuff there. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. None of this stuff is behaving as it's supposed to. Go on, I can do it. Thank you. Let's go right up the top, as we normally do. BVs. So there's a load of different BVs there. There's a whole block of me. I can't remember. Elaine, I can't remember whether it was you that sang on this or whether it was Dan that sang on this. Do you remember? Wasn't you. It must have been Danielle that sang on it. So loads of BVs on this. And, of course, being a summer song, I had to get in some Beach Boys stuff. So I'm going to see if I can find them right at the end. Here's our regular BVs anyway. This is what a regular chorus would do.
Summer thing, sun will bring. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Sun went in, sun went in.
Yeah, so as if they weren't complicated enough. When we got to the end choruses, we then added more little things across the end of it. So it sounds a bit like this. Honest.
It was just a summer thing. Funny what the sun will bring. Into too deep to swim. Sun went in.
Ooh.
Sun went in.
Well, I tell you what, there's some that are not really in tune there, isn't there? There's some weird ones there. Never mind, they sound it's sounding good in the track. I wonder whether that got left on or whether I fixed that at some point. There we are. Oh, there's a whole yeah. And then of course there's hand claps through all of this as well. So I don't know whether I was thinking of the Rolling Stones hand claps. You know where Mick Jagger used to clap over his shoulder, go boom. Something like that. So we've got all of these in there somewhere as well. Maybe you'll see.
Funny what the sun will bring.
Etc. All of them are good. Of course, I've got loads of brilliant Paul Smith drumming here. Middle 8 stuff is always good.
How come I'm missing something that wasn't there at all? How come I'm missing someone who doesn't care at all? How come I'm making plans for a future?
What have we got down here? There's a few drum loops in here that I left in. These might just be tambourines, or there might be something. Oh, extra. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I put some little. That's actually kind of how the whole song starts, with a little bit of that stuff going on just behind the acoustic guitar. Yeah, I remember. And so that was all there was. Yeah, not too much in the way of drum loops there. Bass is a regular bass. Yeah, acoustic guitar, a Strat, and a Rickenbacker. So the Rickenbacker is there doing the really donga dinga dinga dinga. See what's going on there.
Come on, missing something.
A nice line, though, isn't it? I don't remember playing that. There'll be a regular Strat doing a much more.
How come I'm missing something? At all. How come I'm missing someone who doesn't care?
But underpinning the whole thing is, of course, the acoustic guitar, which really holds.
How come
Underpins the whole thing. It's the whole thing.
How come I'm missing someone who doesn't care at all? How come I'm making plans for
Hammond's easy to play. You only ever play 3 notes.
How come I can still
When you turn the Leslie on, it sounds great.
I know we both are dead.
And that is, I've got some distortion on that as well. So yeah, when it gets higher, it just gets dirtier. And soon Leslie will kick in. There you go.
It was just a summer thing. Sunny what the sun will bring.
So there's the elements of a piece of cake, really. A sort of song really doesn't take very long to get together because it's all just traditional instruments, not really hunting around for loads of sounds. I'm going to come back down here because I think we've exhausted most of the sonar possibilities there. Just because it is so straightforward, really. It's a straight rock track, you know, designed around guitars and vocals, really. You know, sing a song and then figure out what you can put around it. That's really easy. I think Tom Petty said, whenever we come across something that's too hard, we just don't play it. He said we don't do hard songs. It's too hard, we just ditch it. Don't do it. But then he came from a really traditional rock background, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Etc. Whereas I don't really. I come from all sorts of different things, so it doesn't matter to me whether something's difficult or not. Sometimes I think, oh, that's quite interesting. We'll do that. I mean, some of my new songs have so many chords in them.
Sometimes it's nice to be simple, isn't it?
There's some interesting. There's some interesting ones though that I came across a couple of chord sequences where I go, do you know, I don't even know quite how that works. Like in the slow song that I've done, His Greatest Creation, there's a chord sequence in that changes key, and then you're back in the original key, and you don't even really know you've left or come back, but you really it's kind of very odd. It is. It is. It's very odd. But sometimes you get a sequence like that, and you go, "Oh, I don't know, that just works."
It works, yeah,
kind of quite why it did.
It's a really nice song.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a nice one. So yeah, summer thing. I think that's it. I'm going to go back to the quiz question in case anyone else wants to have a go. Even though there's been some good answers, let's say, but let's stick the quiz question back up on screen. Yes, here it comes. Any day. This computer's been very slow today, so I don't know why. Oh, up on screen, right. Here we go, back up on screen. What band influenced Summer Thing? And I think we already know that is Delamitri. And what does Al have in common with this band? We all play musical instruments. There we are. We did a gig last weekend in Bath, at the Bath Festival, which was really good. It's in the old railway station. Have you ever been there?
I haven't been there, but Paul did
the
me a
old
video.
Yeah, it's in the old railway station. It's kind of also where the record shop is that we did the Unplugged gig in. Where Lucy's daughter Ruby was is one of the people who runs that record shop, and so it's right in the same vicinity. So at least I know how to get there. That's a good thing. But it was a great crowd, very appreciative. I had some people coming at the end going, "Oh God, I'm gonna have to buy all the Korgis stuff now, aren't I? I really liked your new stuff, you know." One of the guys there, a guy called Bob, was saying, well, obviously I knew the old stuff, but I didn't realise that you were still doing good new stuff.
What we want to hear?
Well, we try and do good new stuff, don't we? So I've got a little video from that Mike Webb took. Of course, Mike Webb being a train enthusiast, and I know there's a few other train enthusiasts around here on this live stream, of course, couldn't resist taking the picture of the station, so he's going to carry on going around the station. But that's all right. That certainly doesn't detract from it. All adds to the ambiance. So I'm going to stick it up on screen. This is This World's for Everyone live at the old railway station in Bath. We go up on screen. Sorry, no, I think this is one I forgot to double click on, which means that it's downloading from home. It will arrive. Will arrive. There we are. Yeah, there we are. So it was pretty good sound, actually. Pretty good sound to say, no sound check, really. We had about 25 minutes in between the previous bands to get on, which is a bit of a feat for us, but that's why there's no TVs there. We couldn't have possibly got them set up at the same time. Yeah, good gig. Yeah, great gig, great audience, lovely. Yeah, very well run. Well done to Matt Owens for doing that. Rick Nicholas, hello. Nice to see you here. There we are. I think, Ingo was saying, will the album be ready in time for France? Maybe. Talking about France, because we're just about getting onto the news section of it, been big changes in France, because it seems like every second day another gig gets added to the French trip. So not quite sure how logistically we do this, because we were supposed to be doing 3 trips to France, one in September and 2 in October. Now, they put the cat amongst the pigeons. I don't know if you know this, by putting a Thursday in the second week.
All right.
So we're doing Friday, Sunday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Oh.
So there is now a little bit of a move to maybe stay out there for the whole time. And that actually negates a rather expensive sleepover ferry that would take us to Brittany for the second gig, and that ferry would have been about 1,150 quid or something like that, sleepers. So if we save that, then yeah, maybe we can stay out there. So I don't know, I don't know whether you need to put that in your diary as an extended thing. We're going to need you in some respect. I think we're going to need you as a merch lady or to fill in for Danielle. Who knows how that's going to all land now.
It's good to be needed.
It is good to be needed.
Wanted or needed.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And Dominic, our French promoter, is trying to add more things. So, Ingo, your original question was, were you going to stay over in between the 2 gigs? And it is now maybe more likely that we will. So I don't know if you fancy an extended stay in France for that time. I think we'll be doing a little bit of sightseeing and whatnot, and
Take our swimming trunks.
take a swim trunks. It could be don't know. October.
I think France and Spain are often nicer.
Yeah, but this is northern France. This is not the Med, is it?
Oh.
This is the English Channel, more or less, isn't
Not
it?
coming then. Why not come until you go to the warmer
You
places?
can jump in the freezing water if you want. Yeah, it's going to be the English Channel. So yeah, we may well be out there at a loose end for a few days, unless of course Dom brings in loads more gigs, in which case, then we're going to be work. That's what it's all going to be. So that's all going on. Watch the space for that. So it looks like September and October are both France. We're going to be out there. We're going to be fluent by the time we come back. Fluent in fluids, I think. If the last trip was anything to go by, Ingo, you know what we're talking about. John and James are doing an unplugged gig in Axbridge. I can't remember the date of this. Is it the 13th, April the 13th? It's not that far away. So they're doing a gig in there. Sorry, I'm just going to see if I can make an educated guess as to where that's going to be. I think it's a Saturday. I think it's the 12th. I think it may well be the 12th. So they're doing an unplugged gig across at Axbridge. So if you fancy something a little bit different, go across and join them. Go across and support them. They need the support. They need all the help they can get. So that should be a good little fun thing. Every time Elaine's on, I like to try and find something that she did. And I think we found something this week that she's forgotten she did.
Well, been out of sorts for a while, haven't I? We'll get back to resuming. We'll be producing things again.
Well,
soon.
I don't think your memory will get any better. I think it was just one of those things. It was an off-the-cuff thing we did because we knew we were partway through recording the album. We still had a good way to go, but we wanted to do a little bit of promo on it. It was just an off-the-cuff thing that we did at the time. But it is quite interesting because if you've got the album Love Is Still the Answer, if you've got that album, then you'll have heard this song. But this is just a rhythm section. So it's just piano, bass, and drums. So it's Nigel Hart on piano, me on bass, Paul Smith on drums, Elaine on vocals, and Bruce Adams on trumpet.
Yeah.
Bruce Adams on trumpet. Fantastic player. And by strange coincidence, went to the same school as me in Glasgow.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? Because we were talking about it, and he said, "Hey, where'd you go to school?" And I said, "Calvin Grove," and he went, down the road. I was in Woodside, and I went, "Hang on, I was in Woodside as well." I'd completely forgotten the name of the
Is that
school.
where you both learned to drink red wine?
No, I don't think I drank red wine at that point.
Not in school.
Not much. Not much in school.
So,
I do remember
he does
getting
like
into
his red
trouble
wine.
in the Isle of Skye because I won a bottle of sherry and a prize. And about a month and a half later, they started asking what had happened to the bottle of sherry. And I went, "Well, we drunk it." Wait, of course we drunk it. Well, you give a 14-year-old kid a bottle of sherry and what, is he going to take it home? No, we drunk it. Me and my mates drunk it. Anyway, so I got into trouble with it. Got in trouble at the school
Must be,
after that. So no, I think in my days in Glasgow, if I was drinking anything, it would have been just beer. I think it would have been just lager.
Bruce loves his red wine.
Yeah, well, as you know, I do now as well. Yeah. Must be a thing. Yeah, must be a thing. Okay, so we're going to play This Guy's in Love, the pretty unplugged version.
In my version, this girl's in.
This girl's in, of course. But I've written it as This Guy's in Love, so sorry. Gender has become very blurred these days. Here we go, up on screen.
You see this girl's in love with you. Yes, I'm in love. Who looks at you the way I do? When you smile, I can tell we know each other very well. How can I show you? I'm glad I got to know you, 'cause I've heard some talk. They say you think I'm fine. Yes, I'm in love. And what I do to make you mine? Tell me now, is it so? Don't let me be the last to know. My hands are shaking. Don't let my heart keep breaking, 'cause I need your love. I want your love. Say you're in love and you'll be my guy. If not, I'll just die.
Yeah, very nice that. Bruce Adams. Bruce Adams on trumpet there. Sorry, I'm just going to get that splash screen up at the end there. Because Kerry designed that cover. Yeah, it's a fantastic cover. I love it. And if you've got the album, it folds out onto the back so the flowers continue across the other side. Kerry would tell you the whole story. In fact, Elaine, I'm sure, would tell you the whole story, that the L of the love is actually a watering can, and is watering the flowers.
It certainly is. On the back of it, but the flowers are dead.
Oh.
They're deaded. And then they water the flowers with love, and then they bloom.
That's nice,
Just
isn't it?
like us all. Love is still the answer.
Yeah, there we are. If you haven't got that album, shame on you. You should have it. You should have it because it is good. I'm back to us now. It's I would have said it's one of the best things that we've ever recorded here.
Oh,
I would say
yeah.
it is. I mean, I'd put the Korgis albums up there as well. I think it's some of the best things we recorded.
Amazing.
I've had a lot of attention to detail.
This is it. I think when you put so much detail in, and it's right, and it's full, and it's just never ending. As I keep repeating, they're like Disney films, aren't they? You know, you
Yeah.
just see, you can hear different things every time you listen.
Yeah.
And I'm still hearing different things when I listen to this album.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like when we go to Sonar, if there's ever orchestral things and stuff, and you just listen to like the woodwinds, clarinets, and flutes and stuff. I think, oh god, they're playing some really nice little things. And that's the same with every section. You know, if you zone in on what the strings are playing, they're playing lovely things. And sometimes just the top end of the strings are doing different things from the cellos, and then the brass, of course, are doing their own thing as well. So yeah, the whole thing. I'm a big believer in, if you listen to every section, they all should sound lovely. It should sound great. Not necessarily complete, but they should sound great by themselves. I've just been doing a wedding march. Just been doing a wedding march for a good friend of mine, and he said send me through the choir parts, and it was only a 2-part choir part, but actually the choirs by themselves sound really nice. They sound really tuneful by themselves. They should do that. I think in the early days of Rob Sherwood working for me here, Rob did arrangements all the way through, but in the early days when I first gave him some arrangements to do, you listen to it, listen to the arrangement, and I went, well, it sounds okay by itself, but now let's listen to the individual things. And I think we zoned in on the strings, and just before they were recorded, we changed them before we did this, when we were listening to the arrangement. And he went, oh, they sound horrible, don't they? And I went, yeah, they don't sound very good by themselves. I said, and they should, because strings are so beautiful that you should be able to solo them, and they always sound good. You know, that they all the sections should sound good. Should go, oh, listen to that. Oh, missed that. That's really good, isn't it? That I think every element of the arrangement should be great.
Makes sense.
Yeah, not just the
and
things you hear, not just the top line of the string, but all of the inner voices of the strings, all the little movements that go on.
Yeah.
You know, they're like all these waves and ripples that do things all independently of each other, but they make up a lovely sea.
Wow.
That was poetic, wasn't it?
It really was. Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's it. I think we're more or less come to the end of everything I need to say. Was there anything you need to say?
No, nothing I want to say.
No. Okay. Then we should introduce we get back to the competition and tell you winner or winners. Let's put it up on screen. Oh, like it's working now. That's good, isn't it? What band influenced something, and what does which I could write? What does Al have in common with this band? Well, as Colin immediately got, it was Colin, wasn't it?
Oh, Rick first.
Oh, it was Rick first.
Yeah.
Rick Lovering, that would have been. Yeah, Rick first.
Yeah.
I think Paul Griffin said, the only time I went to competition was when Rick isn't there. Rick was quick off the mark with Delamitri. And that was absolutely right. As we said, it was Delamitri.
Colin said that you were Glasgow, wasn't it?
Well, I think Paul Griffin first came back straight away after Paul Griffin and said Delamitri. Yeah. And you both lived in Glasgow. Yeah, that's Delamitri are from Glasgow, and I did my last year of school in Glasgow. At the time when the Glasgow Apollo was open, and I saw everybody there. I saw Yes, I saw Leonard Cohen, I saw Airport Convention, I saw Jethro Tull, I saw Pink Floyd in the Usher Hall in Edinburgh. That was doing the second Dark Side of the Moon tour. They hadn't yet released Shine On Crazy Diamond and Wish You Were Here, but they played both of those songs at the time, and they were staggeringly good, really good. As were the other bands. Yes, Jethro Tull, all of those guys were like amazing. Supertramp, I saw Supertramp when they was in the Crime of the Century tour at the City Hall in Glasgow.
I still love that album.
Oh, it is a fantastic album, isn't it?
Some of the Korgis, some of the things you do remind me so much of Supertramp.
It's kind of intentional because the minute you do dun 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 dun, people go Supertramp, and it's intentional. I think, oh, that Supertramp keyboard would kind of work quite nicely there. It was on my song Sometimes the Little Things in the chorus. Sometimes it's a little thing, dun 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 dun. Again, intentionally, it was just that Supertramp invented that thing, and it's brilliant. So you know, it's there in the language.
Good music doesn't
Let's
date,
use the language, shall we?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a fantastic time of my life, and I had some slightly psychic experiences when I was in Glasgow. I was telling Paul Griffin about this. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and it was only at that time in my life. But I'd be walking along the street in Glasgow, and somebody's face would pop into my head, and then they would walk around the corner. Yeah. It happened about 5 or 6 times, and it was kind of like, really, that's weird. You know, that's weird. Because we were talking about it, and I was saying, well, it isn't that weird if your bodies are electricity. You know, it's certainly a theoretical fact that your aura is part of the electricity that your body generates, and it isn't necessarily contained to your body, that it probably affects people around you. Born to Win did a load of experiments on this, and they actually kind of proved it. I won't tell you the story because it's too weird to be true, but it is. I've seen the pictures. It's true. And the fact that when somebody walks in a room and you get a bad feeling about them, it's possibly really actually electrical impulse, and you're picking up on something. And so probably that's all it was, is that I'm picking up on somebody's aura before they arrive around the corner. The fact that it happened 5 or 6 times was too much of a coincidence. And it's never really happened since, but I think sometimes you need to be receptive to things. And here's another little thing. When people say, have you got perfect pitch? And I go, no, I haven't got perfect pitch. I've got good sense of pitch. And I could probably try and pitch you a note, but it isn't perfect pitch. Someone perfect pitch knows what the note is. They would go, that is that, you know, and that's it. And when notes are slightly out of tune, it really bugs them, messes with their head. I don't have perfect pitch, but I have had on a couple of occasions when I've been quite tired, been quite late at night, and I've just been doing something in the studio, and I've had some music on. All of a sudden, I can just see all the chords. I don't even know what key it's in or anything. I just know what they are, but it's only ever happened to me about once or twice in my life. Sort of thing you wish you could tap into, really, isn't it? Let's tap into perfect pitch tonight, shall we? That could be helpful. There we are.
Interesting.
Competition winners. We got slightly sidetracked, didn't we? So yeah, we said what the competition winners are. So it was Rick and Paul. And yes, I'll burn you both off CDs. I give you both CDs. Paul, you got the full answer. You got the tie break. But Rick, you were first with the proper answer.
So one gets a first class stamp and one gets a second class.
Yeah, possibly. You know, might not put all 7 tracks on one of them. Nah, we will.
Very good.
We will. So that's very good. We're coming quite near the end of these live streams because I'm kind of running out of things to do. Certainly in 2 weeks' time, I can't do one because I've got family everywhere, unless somehow the family really want to come in and be part of the live stream. But I know Leah will go, no, I don't want to do that. Although she's done a couple before. She did a couple with me. Lorna's coming back soon, so she's definitely going to do one with me because we're going to do the perfect song, of which she sung on it. Leah, of course, sung on it as well, so I would love to have them both on it and do a live version of it. That would be brilliant. Nice. Not sure I can convince Leah to do that. So we'll see what happens. So what I would say is the next week's live stream is kind of in the balance, unless I do something different with it, unless I just do hey, let's do a selection of videos that we'll just talk through something or whatever, because I want to hang fire. I think Kerry is in Turkey at the moment, doesn't get back till next Wednesday very late, and the live stream is on a Thursday, and if Lorna's flying back with her at that time, which she possibly is, that doesn't give her very much time for us to actually learn or rehearse the song. Although she's quite quick on the fly, but it's perhaps a little unfair. So we'll see what happens.
Perhaps.
We'll see what happens. So yeah, just pay attention to the Facebook things or whatever, or I will try and put up on the website when the next live stream is going to be, when the dust clears on it. We'll see how it is. Okay, I don't think it's very much else. I think we can finish off with a brand new video. And you can keep an eye on the duvet, figure out whether the duvet cover ever gets pulled off. Will be taken off air then. So there we are. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone.
And I look forward to seeing some of you on the gigs
Yes.
coming up.
Yes, indeed. Southampton,
Southampton.
for sure. Paul Griffin is down at the Southampton gig. There we are. See you soon. Possibly next week. I might figure out if there's something useful we can do. But I'll put my thinking cap on. We'll do it. Yes. So here we go. Brand new video of something. See you next week, possibly, or soon for sure. Thanks so much for joining
Enjoy.
us.
Bye, everybody.
Here we go.
Waking up to the slamming of the door is not my ideal wake-up call. I'm quite perturbed by the lines upon my face and the benefits of freedom, this expanse of empty space. Not in the kitchen, not in the bathroom, nowhere in the hall. Change the bedding, call off the wedding. It wasn't me at all. It was just a summer thing. Funny what the sun will bring. I'm in too deep to swim. She loved the summer, then the sun went in. She loved the summer, then the sun went in. As the mercury soared, we stuck like glue. There was nothing I asked you wouldn't do. As the nights drew in, I saw your breath. And everything I wanted, you wanted less and less. just a sign.